If anyone has any spare 500 grand in their account, hit me up. Please.
So much money wasted that could have been used in my retirement and quality of life.
What's up, Seekers? Welcome back to another episode of Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com. On today's episode, we speak to a man named Brian who's been communicating with multiple women online.
Wow.
She was 5'6", 25 years old, beautiful brunette.
Okay. Bit creepy, but whatever.
Gorgeous smile and...
She's not smiling in that picture.
The prettiest blue eyes I had ever seen.
Crazy.
I'm pretty intelligent. People tell me I'm very funny and sarcastic. She told me that I was handsome, and she asked me a question about my cats. I was missing people and having someone in my life, a partner.
Okay, I can understand. So you want another one as well now, yeah? Okay. Who's this?
We were supposedly in love. She was in love with me, and I went there with an engagement ring that I had bought.
Crazy. How'd that work out for you, man? People say marriage is a scam, but...
Brian started his online journey after the passing of his wife.
Rest in peace.
The issue is, every single woman he has come in contact with has asked him for money. He's worried that both of the women that he has fallen for might not be who they claim to be, after sending $100,000 to a woman named Anastasia just to talk to her through a dating site, and hundreds of thousands of dollars to start a business with another woman named Eileen. First, let's hear what Brian has to say about Anastasia. Let's jump into it, Seekers.
Hello, Social Catfish. My name is Brian.
Hello, Brian. Again.
I'm pretty intelligent. People tell me I'm very funny and sarcastic.
Right, because you said that in the beginning, I know the clip has repeated. Are you intelligent? Because not only have you sent money to someone who you've never met, I'm really sorry, but even if you did know them, you did meet them, who are you sending 100 grand to willy-nilly? Can you hear? Oh my god, the police are coming. Get you. Shut up.
What?
I enjoy riding motorcycles. I have 7 of them.
Okay.
My wife never rode with me. I look forward to someone that would want to ride with me.
Right, I can get it, you know. I understand.
And I am a voracious reader. Probably read 90 to 110 books a year. I have a bachelor degree in psychology and...
You have a degree in psychology, supposedly, but you don't know when people are manipulating you. Crazy.
Psychology and human resources. There are probably 10 or 12 different drugs that I see commercials for on the market now that I had a hand in as a researcher.
In 2020, Brian's wife of 30 years was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer.
Rest in peace.
With his medical background, he was able to read his wife's charts to find out how long she had left to live.
Fair.
My medical background and that I could read charts, and my knowledge was a lot better and deeper and broader than hers. She believed what her physician told her. She talked with me about it afterwards, and she wanted to know what I thought, and I said, I think you have 28 to maybe 33 months. And she actually died in 30 months. But I will say, for anyone that ever had cancer, she never thought about it. She didn't let it get her down. She just went on about her daily life as she always did.
That is good to hear. Okay, that's good to hear. Stay strong, anyone who's struggling with similar.
After my
words
wife's
are words,
passing,
but stay strong.
I was missing people and having someone in my life, a partner. I looked at different dating sites, and I found a dating site for Slavic women. I met somebody there. Her name is Anastasia.
Okay.
She was 5'6".
Can I stop? Sorry for pausing it, but I've seen before in a previous episode, Steven or whatever the hell his name was. It will be there. What is with them and this obsession with women from that region of the world, Ukraine, Russia, etc.? What What is the obsession?
25 years old.
Right.
Beautiful brunette.
Right. And you think
a
genuinely
smile and
she would like
the
you?
Blue eyes I had ever seen.
What a...
I reached out to her.
What an intelligent
it wasn't a
man.
normal pickup line. It was actually what I was feeling at the time.
I'm sorry, but if you say hello with a smiley face and you just get a hi, I'm sorry, me personally, I'm gone.
I said, I think you have the most amazing blue eyes that I've ever seen.
All right.
That's what I was feeling. That's what I felt. That's
Sure.
what I said.
Riz.
Her message back to me, she had looked at my profile.
Wow.
She told me that I was handsome. Also,
Sure.
if I rode and I liked motorcycles.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Gee, man. There's too much empty
On the
space
Ukrainian
in
sites,
this.
a lot of the women are gorgeous and attractive. Everyone on that side I was on.
This message
Okay.
sparked everything between Brian and Anastasia.
That's crazy.
After a few months of chatting, Brian had planned a trip to the Ukraine to marry her.
Sure.
We were supposedly in love. She was in love with me, and I went there with an engagement ring that I had bought.
Right. Herein lies one of many first problems. You've talked to her for a few months or whatever. Now you're going to engage. I'm gonna marry you, even though we've never lived together. We have never even felt your skin in the least creepy way possible. I meant that, by the way. Or maybe it was creepy because looking at this man, he gives off creepy. Wow. Great idea, you intelligent psychology degree holder.
We went with a layup
Wow.
diamond.
Good idea, man. You don't even know her ring size.
8,200 kilometers in late January, February of 2021.
Okay.
I remained in Kiev and the Ukraine for 38 days with this woman. I never met her in the 38 days I was there. She wanted to chat with me on the site while I was there, but to actually come to my hotel or meet me at a restaurant or anything, I returned to the U.S.
Brian flew back to the US from the Ukraine. Anastasia had so many excuses on why she could not meet him at the hotel. She told him she worked for a company and they didn't allow her to meet up with clients. After arriving home, Brian was contacted by a man who claimed he could help him meet her.
Stop it, because now we're running into the same thing as shithead Tony who tried to buy a woman. If you go there, are we ending up with the same story? Are we gonna run it back in the shittest way possible? First, right, if this ends up like that, I'm gonna get angry again. 2, if after 38 days you are in a different country waiting for someone and they don't show up and you still talk to them after that, I might say you're a better man than me, but you are definitely more stupid than me. In my same country, in my same city, if you don't show up within an hour, probably I'll say, even an hour is being generous, and you give me a nonsense excuse, you might not see me again. As if I'm meeting anyone, huh? Okay, back to the video.
Actually, I was contacted through Facebook from
course.
somebody that was a talent scout and photographer.
What?
And he said he felt sorry for me, that we had never met or anything.
Wait, please, because if this guy knew you went out to meet her, why didn't he say yes, you can go meet him whilst he was still in Ukraine? Wow.
For the real low price of $1,400, he sold me her actual real first name, last name, her phone number, her other information about
Oh, we're running it back.
her Facebook and other things.
The buying of the human.
Spent over $40,000 to acquire a visa for her.
Why are you paying?
Then this attorney acting as a mediary, his fee was over $7,000. Then he charged me for having to pay the mule.
Constantine seemed to always have another hurdle for Brian to jump through, and it always required money.
You proclaimed intelligence of a high degree, right? But don't you think it's a bit... Hold on, what's that? You have to pay to meet someone. What kind of business are they running here?
On this Rendezvous site, you don't get their phone numbers, you never get their last names, and they have filters on the site.
And this is fine.
If you try to
wow.
exchange information,
okay,
information, or emails or anything like that,
right?
The filters block it out.
This is normal, right? So
Up
normal.
Until this point, Brian had sent Constantine and Anastasia's company over $100,000 just in fees to take their relationship off of the website.
That scammer is absolutely rolling up the notes and shoving it in their ass. Do you know how happy they must be?
When Brian refused to pay the rest of the fees, things
no more. I sent you 100.
They were trying to extort me. They were trying to blackmail me. The only time they stopped harassing me was when I said I had gone and spent a couple hours with the FBI. I had their photos. I had their phone numbers.
But
you know, you're a fat old man. Your cats probably stink and smell like shit and that kind of stuff.
Our team started to research this woman and the website
the cats.
she met her on.
Oh gosh. Yes.
Make sure you stick around until the end.
I will.
We will help Brian figure out who is behind the profile he met on Rendezvous.
We then looked into Anastasia after running her.
I said this in the Tony video. Again, sorry for pausing. If you go to the FBI, what do you tell them? Yeah, I gave this person money so that they can release this woman to me. That's gonna work well.
We then looked into Anastasia after running her images through the reverse image search on our website.
Yes.
We actually found that she's a print model.
And help him with another woman he met through Facebook dating.
That's crazy.
You're talking to another woman.
So he's a playboy.
We'll stop Brian from almost making another huge mistake.
He's a playboy.
As he falls into another scam.
Yeah.
And I have no one in my life.
Next amount was like 23,000.
You've got two women who love him.
And process the orders on Black.
What does this mean? What Black Friday? Pretty fitting I'm reacting to this. It's been Black Friday, but what?
Because I had orders to fill, then my next amount was like 23,500.
Orders for what?
To fill and process the orders.
A woman?
On, Black Friday weekend. I was excited. I thought I was making a lot of easy money.
After a few days of researching
it's like a
everything,
Bitcoin scam or
we sat
something?
down with Brian for the first time.
Hey Brian, thanks for hopping on the call with us today. When you would talk to Anastasia, the site charged you, right?
To talk to them on that site, you have to buy credits, and then basically every message that you sent was a 2-credit deduction, or about 50 cents in cost.
Is that normal?
Brian spent well over $100,000 buying the tokens through Rendezvous to continue to chat with Anastasia. Rendezvous has a credit system.
Is it
to
real?
message people, you need these tokens in order to communicate.
Wow.
When you sign up for this website, you go through a personality test. This supposedly helps Rendezvous match you with people you're interested in.
Confused.
But they ask some pretty odd questions, like if I was into women with brains or beauty. After you're done creating your profile, they start you off with 20 free credits. My inbox was flooded with women within the first 5 minutes of being on the site. They were interested in me, but I hadn't even uploaded a photo of myself. I was able to figure
so
out
it's fake.
Every minute I was on the site, I was charged 2 tokens, 5 tokens to send an emoji, 10 tokens to attach a picture of myself, and 2 tokens for sliding into a different woman's DMs. This is how Brian was able to spend $100,000
Whoever created that
through
website.
this site. They charged you for virtually everything you did. It's pretty gross. I was only on the site for 2 minutes and I had already spent $15. And then I was greeted by this screen to buy more tokens.
Well, we did look into the website and we were able to find tons of reviews. Most of the reviews were negative, and the majority of the women on the site are actually print models. Usually their images are stolen. We saw tons of reviews about the credits you purchase on the website.
First of all, the fact that there's more than one person on this website. Doc H, not me, I'm not a doctor, spent 1,200 in coins. Great.
Most of the reviews were people complaining about buying the credits and later finding out that they were chatting with fake
Starving
women.
vampire.
As we delve deeper into
What a
Rondo's
metaphor.
reviews, we observed that a significant
Or
number
simile.
of users expressed concerns regarding the site's currency system.
Right.
Many individuals reported having problems with the site's coins,
Doc H again.
including difficulties acquiring and spending
Giving
them.
a bad
In
name
addition
to the
these
H's.
concerns, some users also reported receiving excessive amounts of email spams from the platform. Several individuals noted that despite requesting the deletion of their accounts, they continue to receive notifications and messages from Rondivo.
What do you
Despite
expect?
all of these complaints, it was apparent that the most common issue plaguing Rondivo's users was the
We've embarrassed Doc H too many times now. It's been shown 3 times.
cost of the site's tokens. Overall, it seems that
Oh.
while Rondivo may offer some appealing features
Who's
for
this?
those looking to find a beautiful woman to
Who's
talk
this?
to over the internet, most of the users don't actually feel that the person they are chatting with is who they claim to be.
We then looked into Anastasia. After running her images through the reverse image search on our website. We actually found that she's a print model. She's not
Yeah.
the person behind this profile.
Wow.
And her images and name were stolen to dupe you out of money.
Ronnie XOX likes. What?
So they used her pictures, fake
Yes.
profile,
Yes.
communicating with nobody,
Yes.
and that sucks. So much money wasted that could have been used in my retirement and quality of life.
The
Bro.
realization
Sorry again. I can't imagine sending any money, let alone 100 grand, bro. I'm sorry, but these people. There's a question here of do they deserve to have access to such large amounts of money? It's crazy.
The realization that this person was not behind this profile hit Brian hard. A few days later, Brian received this video from the real Anastasia.
Hello, Brian. I don't know who is writing to you in Telegram. From my name, it's not me. So I am recommended you to not write to that person.
The fact that this woman says that she wasn't behind this profile contradicts Rondivo's verification policy.
Yeah,
If
but it's a fake
Anastasia
website.
wasn't behind the profile, who was? Let us know what you guys think down in
Someone-
the comment section.
Sitting in their basement with a whole setup. I love you. Do you think? Here's a question that I've always wondered. These people who pretend to be another person, do they get aroused by this?
After going through all of Anastasia's information with Brian, he wanted us to look into another woman named Eileen. He was also in contact
Imagine there's
with.
another one that he
You're
just
talking
didn't even
to
mention.
another woman online. What's her name?
Her name was Eileen, supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly.
Said she
Right.
owned a hairstyle salon or something, and that she was based in New York.
Do you think
Right.
Eileen's real?
What's that got to
I
do
think
with
she's
you?
hired by whoever it is behind it, some sort of patsy. I did talk to Eileen actually in video calls and chats, and if it wasn't her, it was somebody that looked a great deal like her.
What are most of your conversations like when you talk to her?
Short conversations, connections were bad, so we went back to the texting on the apps.
Okay.
She said she had studied fashion design. She did show me and had some sketching and drawing
So?
ability. That part of her background or training might be true, or she at least has some talent in it.
Brian met Eileen through Facebook dating. She claimed to be an entrepreneur living in Malaysia.
Oh, and she wants your money for...
They had started chatting in November of last
Business.
year. Brian explained to us that he was deeply in love with Eileen.
What?
He even had photos of her put up around his house.
What is wrong with you? Huh? Like, genuinely, what is wrong with you? You love Anastasia, but you also love Eileen. So, you are a very creepy old man who for some reason has a lot of money sitting around and is willing to splash it on people he's never met. And the picture thing, again, creepy. Get a grip of yourself. I've forgotten your name. Do you know how crazy that is? Brian. Goodness. Brian the dog from Family Guy. Except you are a real life dog. Great.
He even had photos of her put up around his house. And like Anastasia,
Sick.
he also planned to marry Eileen. The two chatted all day, and Eileen would even send Brian photos that she had drawn for him.
So
Hold on,
when
man.
exactly did the money start to get involved?
Hold on. Because the scammer is a psychopath that he's drawing as well. Wow, they are doing a great deal of blending in. That's not the right word. I don't know. But the scammers you need to get a grip of yourself, whoever that car was. Anyway.
Brian photos that she had drawn for him.
So when exactly did the money start to get involved?
With Eileen, she wanted to know if I was familiar with anything about e-commerce, which I wasn't. She showed me her store and she wanted to have something to have in common with one another. She wanted me to talk to Caroline,
Why?
who was her mentor and a good friend of hers, supposedly. And it was Caroline that helped me set up my store and did a lot of one-on-one training via screenshots to set it up and then put some products into the store.
Brian and Eileen chatted about her business a lot within the first couple.
Bro, listen to me, okay? When you meet someone on any website, let's say they're real, have you ever met someone online that within the first few months or weeks of messaging, they tell you to start a business?
Brian and Eileen chatted about her business a lot within the first couple of weeks. She was looking for a man who was as financially stable as she was.
I've also just thought of this right now. You've spunked away 100 grand on another woman. So what makes you think I'm now going to spunk more money for this woman?
Eileen told Brian how easy she was able to make money through her e-commerce store. This is when she introduced Brian to her business advisor, Caroline.
What a stock
She would help
photo.
him set up the store, but she charged a setup fee of $2,200.
Did Caroline ask you for more money after you sent her the $2,200?
Yeah, because I had orders to fill. Then my next amount was like $23,500 to fill and process the orders on
Shove your Black Friday up your ass.
I was excited. I thought I was making a lot of easy money.
Within the first 30 days, Brian saw his investment grow to over $300,000. But every time someone would purchase something through his store, he needed to pay the fees to get enough inventory.
What?
Every morning, he would sign into his e-commerce account and see a $5,000 profit.
I only had maybe $2,200, I think I put into it.
Yeah.
But then the amounts grew increasing as my sales grew increasing.
Okay.
And I supposedly had two highly prized customers that placed really big orders. And I talked about placing future orders for like $550,000 worth of iPhones at a time, in which with the sale of that being made, my clearance was like 82 or 83,000 profit.
What was the last investment?
Too many words, I don't understand.
The last investment was for $23,500. That was to withdraw the $465,000.
So altogether, Brian, how much have you sent and invested into this business?
At that point, I had invested right around $250,000.
And where did all this money come from?
Sadly, from my retirement.
Well done, man.
Give us some time. We'll look into things, and then we'll get back to you within a couple of days.
You could have been on a jet ski somewhere.
Our team had even more to look into. We all sat down to research this mysterious woman in these photos.
Right.
We talked to Brian about
why is there a cat
his
there?
relationship with Anastasia. We were able to even get a video from Anastasia stating that she had nothing to do with the fake profile. He's actually talking to another woman named Eileen.
Eileen gained his trust. She actually introduced him to a woman named Caroline, who is helping him set up an e-commerce store.
Yeah, so I think it'd be best to look at the AliExpress buyer.
Right, I need to pause it
information.
because if you do hear any brrr in the background, it's the builders. They've genuinely been building for over 5 months now. Get a grip of yourselves and renovate the damn house.
Check source code just to see, like, make sure all the buttons are working, make sure terms of, like, just basic stuff that any professional website should be there. And
terms
then,
of service, all that information.
Yeah. And then we can check registered company. So if it really is registered AliExpress, we should be able to contact them and verify that.
Right.
After a day of looking into the site and the photos of Eileen,
Never use
we felt we
AliExpress.
had enough information to sit down with Brian.
So the first thing that I want to talk about is this AliExpress account that you had.
Yes.
We ran a Who Is history on the site. We were able
Right.
to find
Oh.
out that
Can't really see it. Magic of editing. Hello, I'm this side now for this part.
was created actually just last year in
Right.
September.
So when you register a website, you have to put identifying information. You can make it anonymous, which is what happened in this instant. They made it anonymous, but you can see the registration dates. And so we were able to find out that the domain was first registered in September.
Right.
They cloned a version of AliExpress, which is a real website, by the way. It's a little bit different
Fair.
domain name. It looks like the real domain, but there's a few things that
Not really,
aren't
but-
working on the site. They
Okay.
actually coded the website to look like the real AliExpress. There were some things like dead buttons that weren't working and contact info was missing. But on the back end, when you log in, you could only get it on your mobile phone, which, like, if you're managing your business account,
Wow.
usually you can access on both devices. They set the system up to where they could communicate with you, and it looked like it was multiple people, but it was most likely the same person over and over, just communicating to you to get you to make those transfers.
I must say that this scam is actually one of the more convoluted and well thought out scams from a scammer. So,
Oh.
don't know where I was going with that, but I'll let you know.
So let's talk about this
he had
girl you've been
nothing to
talking
say.
to,
Which one?
Eileen.
Yeah.
We found her.
Yay!
But it's not, for sure, it's not the person you were talking to. So Eileen is a Chinese American, and she's an engineer. She's a developer. Basically, she's disappeared over the last 2.5 years. She spoke out about the Chinese government in 2012, 2013. We actually found thousands and thousands and thousands of pictures of hers being used in scams. And so I think what has happened with her is, you know, over the years, this has happened so much that she literally just disappeared. And so we are able to trace everything back up until 2021, and then she completely disappeared after that.
Okay.
Disappeared.
One thing we did see a lot is that her pictures were used in literally hundreds of crypto scams. And so there's, you know, obviously it's working, you know, because, you know, you're here and we found lots of instances. So she's a very technical person. She's an engineer and that's also well off. And so, you know, there's all these pictures of her, you know, doing work or, you know, with fancy cars or different things. And so it makes for a good cover story. And the thing is, there's so many pictures out there about her that, like, you know, it's so easy for these scammers to grab them. And so I actually think that's why she disappeared, because we were able to find a bunch of stuff leading up to 2021, and then she completely disappeared.
When they say disappear, it makes it seem
What
like
about
she'd
the
been
phone number that's still in use by whoever it was behind
fake,
it?
bruv.
Yeah, so the phone number is a VoIP phone number.
Yeah.
It's a voice over IP number. The other thing we want to go through is the crypto. Basically what you had told us is that you had wire transferred money into your crypto account and then made the transfers that way for the products, correct?
Yes.
We were able to trace the crypto back and find out that crypto ended up on an exchange called OKX.
Too much
You can
words.
actually take out a loan on your cryptocurrency. They made a transfer into OKX, and they actually took a loan on that. The money ended up in Binance, which is actually encouraging, because what you can do is you can file a police report, and you can try to get what's called a KYC request on that Binance account. And so we're going to hand you that information over, and then you can submit it and see if law enforcement will do that for you.
Okay. Would it be better with any level of law enforcement, like the FBI or FCC?
It's really obsessed with
So
the FBI.
unfortunately, it just depends on how experienced your law enforcement is.
Do I need to get an attorney to do these things, or I just need to do the legwork myself?
it sounds intimidating. It's really not. And so we'll just coach you through it. We'll show you where to go.
Is there a good record of recovery or some things or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to be candid with you. It's difficult and it takes a very long time. You know, we have people that we're confident are going to get their money back, but it's been like 6 to 8 months already. It's just something that takes a long time. Also, the drawback is, you know, if they move money out of the account while law enforcement's looking at it and the money just disappears, it's going to be very difficult to get that money unless they can seize assets from this person. So
basically, stop sending money to people who you've never met.
As far as like recovering money, I wouldn't hold your breath. I'm just being candid. But
that's,
you know, there are some encouraging things that have come up that essentially a path that you can take to try to recover things.
I'm sorry, but there's no encouraging part about this. I've spunked away 500 grand.
But we're going to be here with you, like, through this whole journey. You know, we really want to get law enforcement involved. We really want to help you. Anytime you have questions, anytime you need advice or help, we're going to be here with you, okay?
Okay, and then, that's great to me. Thank you for all your help.
Brian, wish you the best of luck, man. You know, we'll
what
get everything over
say?
to you, and
really?
You know, we'll keep in touch.
Okay, thank you guys, and thank your crew.
We've handed Brian's file off to an attorney that's going to help with Rendezvous. Brian is going to the police station this Friday. He has a long road ahead of him,
this Friday
but we're going to be here every step of the way.
Months
he plans to get a new job back in the medical field to help pay for everything that he had lost. He is no longer in contact with Eileen or Anastasia.
Man's coming out of retirement. Right, so that's been Brian. Brian, much like the dog in Family Guy, get a grip of yourself, you dirty, dirty pervert. Now, I don't understand, or I can understand, why these old men go for younger women, but really, get it out of your minds, yeah? You are not some Greek god that for some reason women who look like that are going to fall for you. Just be realistic with yourself. Goodness, you have a psychology degree, man. Anyway, composure. Hopefully you did enjoy that. I'll see you in the next one, and peace. And remember, if you know anyone who is doing these things and trying to purchase a human being in the name of love, you know, get them arrested. If you do want to watch a woman be scammed for 20 years, bro, since 2003, go there. It's a very dark story, I'll tell you that.